all-time players on your team.
My wide receiver 2, Brandon Marshall.
Fine, go ahead. Go play a game.
We're making a fantasy lineup of the all-time players, like fantasy structured lineup
It's a hypothetical lineup.
of all-time players on your team. So
Before
I'm
we
a
begin,
Giants
can I ask a
fan.
question?
You're a Dolphins fan. Felipe is a Cowboys fan. Jack is a Niners fan.
Quickly, is it like what they did on that team, or it could be like they could have had 1 or 2 years on that team, and it's like similar to what we did with the all-time?
You know what? However you want to.
Yeah,
however you want
exactly.
to do it.
Okay.
It's just like you're making
Yeah.
the best roster structured like a fantasy lineup. So
Oh,
it's
then
going to
the
be
Dolphins have a good
quarterback,
one.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex.
Yeah.
All right, should we go into it?
Let's go.
Adam, you want to start this time? We'll go
No.
reverse order.
I need.
This
Oh,
is
you
the
don't
worst
have
for
your
last,
list.
I guess, right?
Jack, you want to start?
I'll start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
give
got
us
it.
your
The
list.
Niners are
As a
historic.
Niner fan, I'm very fortunate to
are.
have some of the best players to
are.
ever play this game at very important positions.
So here's your,
Yeah. All right, here's how we're going to go. We're going to go at quarterback, the GOAT before Tom Brady, Joe Montana. Never threw a pick in a Super Bowl.
Insane. 4-0.
That's just
wild.
crazy.
Never lost.
Yeah, never lost. Undefeated. Never lost. And then at our first running back, we got Frank Gore. You know, I think he's played longer than any running back probably ever has. It's crazy. He was awesome.
He's a
especially
top
in his
5
prime.
running back all the time.
He was awesome.
Your
Dude,
teams
him,
are going to be so
him on that
fucking
Miami team.
stacked.
Second running back, Christian McCaffrey. Little change of pace.
I
guy.
like it.
Nice out of the backfield. He's already, I think, one of the
That's nasty.
most
He's
talented
one-
running backs we've ever
I was
seen.
about to say that.
Yeah. He's so fucking
That
fun to
duo is
watch.
disgusting because you got like a ground and pound and Frank Gore, and you got Christian McCaffrey who can do anything.
And then I have the best wide receiver duo any team can ever possibly make, and I don't think it's close. Jerry Rice and T.O.
Yeah.
That's just
They also played together, so
yeah, they did, but that was like tail end of Jerry.
That's
but it was
fine.
still, that was insane. And then at tight end, George Kittle. People forget he used to have the record for most receiving yards by a tight end before Travis Kelce broke it like 2 or 3 years later. He's insane. One of
Kittle's
the
a
best
great one.
blocking tight ends, one of the
In
best
a
receiving
season.
tight ends in a season. Yes,
Yeah.
in a
honorable
season.
mention Dwight Clark or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Dwight Clark was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the catch.
The catch.
R.I.P. Dwight Clark.
Oh,
And then at my flex, it's actually another tight end. It's Vernon Davis. He could do a lot for
He
you.
was good.
He ran like a 4.4 as a tight end. He was
Bro.
6'5", 240.
peak Vernon Davis was
He
incredible.
was so. I had such a hard time choosing between the two, and I was like, wait, I can just put Vernon Davis
At the
out
flex.
in the slot. You can play it. Oh my god.
Yeah, because he was like one of those like receiver type tight ends before they came through.
I think he was like one of the first ever. It was like him and Shannon Sharp, maybe.
Yeah, Shannon. Yeah, there were a couple.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Antonio
so,
Gates.
Yeah, Antonio Gates.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my lineup is Joe Montana, Frank Gore, Christian McCaffrey, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, George Kittle, Vernon Davis.
My God. That's a good team.
That's
My team's not even
Like I
close
said,
to
I'm
that.
blessed.
I
I'm
like
blessed
my
to be a
team,
49ers
low-key.
fan.
I think you guys are sleeping on the Dolphins.
We are.
Willis McGahee.
All right, Cowboys, you want to go?
No.
Am I going? I feel like we should leave the best franchises, like one first,
All right,
one
I
last.
could go.
You can go.
Yeah.
All right. This could be arguable, but I would say the best quarterback in Giants history is, in fact, Eli Manning.
You could argue
So
it for
I'm
sure.
taking Eli Manning
Super
as my
Bowls.
quarterback.
Yeah, 2 rings.
2 Super
I
Bowls.
would say Jared Lorenzen, the hefty lefty, but carry
Legend.
on. Super Bowl winner.
Phil Simms won Super Bowl though.
My running back won. Not necessarily the most talented of all the running backs. I have my second guy I think is more talented. But
Brandon Jacobs.
My first running back is going to be Brandon Jacobs.
I
like
a dog.
it. He
He was a dog. Talk about ground and pound.
Yeah.
I have a similar duo to you.
Hard to tackle.
He was 6'3", just running over guys.
My God,
He would-
250.
Yeah, dude, he was a
He was
fucking
sick.
tank.
He
I
was
like
loved him.
He was like the first
I loved
tall
him.
running back. Because running backs
Yes.
usually around
He was
5'10".
fucking awesome. I loved watching.
Yeah.
He would just fucking run through people. It was electric.
He was like Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that kind of playing
totally.
style.
And he was fucking dominant, and he won the Super Bowl with us, and it was great.
Yeah.
nice.
My running back 2 then is Saquon Barkley. I got it. That's why I got.
Hey, it's fantasy. He's gonna go crazy.
So, no Tiki Barber.
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's just in
gonna
terms
say,
of
that's-
just in terms of talent. Don't worry, I'll get there. Just in terms of talent,
Flex.
just in terms of talent, Saquon Barkley is like also one of the greatest talents we've seen at the running back position.
Yeah, he can
just,
do everything.
He's just so naturally gifted. He's just a crazy athlete. I have to put him there.
Sure.
The impact he's made on the Giants
agree.
team today is just
Hopefully
so-
they franchise tag him soon for you.
I hope so. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
All right. Wide receivers is where it gets tough for the
Yeah,
Giants
yeah,
because
I
we
don't have
don't
a
really
rich
have
I
a
think it's an
story.
easy one. You
So
got.
I'm taking wide receiver 1. I'm going to take Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah,
he's
you have to.
the most talented wide receiver we've ever had.
By far.
He's a total head case. I'm so glad he left the Giants. Just a cancer for the team. But in terms of talent, he's clearly the
Insane.
number 1.
Dude, that video of him on the airplane though.
What
bad.
a fucking loser. All right. Wide receiver 2, I'm going to take Victor Cruz.
I like it.
Good.
Just
Give me a
because
salsa.
dude, you know what? I'm taking Victor Cruz for the salsa. That's why I took it.
No, and great impact on and off the
Look
field.
at that. Oh, look at the shimmy. Exactly.
That's the
One of the
Florida man in
greatest.
him.
You know, before touchdown celebrations were such a big deal, he made it. He was a trailblazer, I would say. But no,
He was
for
awesome.
seriously though, he was like unreal
really good.
in the 2012 season that we won the Super Bowl. He was a great connection for Eli Manning, and he was just like good energy on the team, and I loved watching him play.
And
I don't-
undrafted, fun fact.
Really, I actually
Yeah.
didn't know that.
You know, I don't know where you're going to go with your flex. Actually, there's a few options.
So
going Tiki.
let me go for tight end first. Also,
Jeremy
not
Shockey.
a good history for the Giants.
no.
Not a good history for the Giants.
better than the
He
Dolphins.
definitely is good, but I am taking Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Great, dude. He was awesome.
Yeah,
He was awesome.
The barbed wire tattoo.
Yeah, dude, he was so cool.
I thought that was
bro.
so cool
He
when I was a
so
kid.
He was
cool.
badass.
He was one of my
Yeah.
favorite players when I was like a little kid. And he had like long blonde
Long
hair.
blonde
Yeah,
hair.
And
yeah.
it was just like he just had an iconic look, and he was great. We won
He's
the
a guy that
He was on the
I feel like
2017
you don't want to get in a bar fight.
Nah,
with, you know?
Totally.
That
You
was-
see him in a dive bar, he's
Yeah.
angry.
Jeremy Shockey like personified early 2000s football. When
And-
you had a
and-
bunch
and
of these
early
guys like the
tight
Ray
ends.
Lewis,
early
Jeremy
receiving
Shockey.
tight ends too,
Yeah.
because he just like something about it, the way he was built, and like
He's had huge shoulder pads too.
he wasn't your number one receiver, but like he would just do the tight end position really well. He
Yeah.
would block well. He would receive.
I just
well.
remember
red
the,
zone
the Jeremy Shockey versus Jason Witten battles. You know what I mean? Like those were insane.
Yeah, it wasn't a battle. Jason Witten would win.
It was
your
way
flex?
better, but Shockey was fun.
And then my flex is Tiki Barber.
Nice.
I
Had to
Nice.
be.
No
Barber.
Plaxico.
I was so
Yeah.
honorable mention.
Tiki was better than
is
Plaxico.
Plaxico Burress. I wanted Tiki more. Tiki was a better player.
He's a better player.
And Plaxico Burress was great and like had some great seasons with the Giants.
But he shot himself in the leg.
Yeah. Same reason I took for the opposite reason. I took Victor Cruz for his salsa, and I didn't take Plaxico Burress because of the gunshot. So
Yeah.
that's my all-time
That's PC.
New York
That's
Giants.
PC.
Dude, I have a couple came to mind that I should maybe could have picked at flex. I'm like Michael Crabtree, Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, I
those
shifted
dudes
mine.
were
I shifted
nice.
a
Like,
Anquan
So this is my
Bolden.
Miami Dolphins
I
all
thought
time.
about
Take
Ruben
Brandon Davis,
Randall
though.
for the
Nah,
Giants.
I would too.
So this is my Miami Dolphins all-time fantasy starting lineup. And the reason I picked these guys is whether they had one stop or two stops in Miami, they were in
you're
Miami,
gonna-
Oh my
and they've
God.
got some guys on this team that can compete.
He's
Hey,
gonna
you
pick
did
like-
that loophole in the snake draft? What do you mean?
He's gonna pick like
know.
Brandon Marshall when he did nothing on the Dolphins.
You're absolutely right, I am.
Dude, I should have picked
is all
Peyton
time.
Hillis then.
yeah, we still got better receivers anyway.
So at quarterback, I'm going to go Dan Marino. At my running back, my RB1, I'm going to go Ricky Williams.
That's fire.
RB2, Reggie Bush.
Oh, he didn't do shit in the
Didn't-
NFL.
Exactly.
2 1,000-yard seasons. I'll
You
take
could
it.
have picked
at a
Frank
time.
Gore.
No, I would rather not.
He
I'd rather-
had 2,000-yard season with the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Respect.
And
Okay.
again, if you're going Christian
That's fine.
McCaffrey, I
That's
need a
fine.
light Christian McCaffrey. I need a receiving back.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you're not getting USC Christian McCaffrey. You're getting NFL.
That's fine.
You're not getting USC Reggie Bush. You're
Bush.
getting NFL Reggie
That's
Bush.
fine. I'll still take Reggie Bush.
Saints Reggie Bush was pretty good.
I wanted to take Ronnie Brown, but I'll take Reggie Bush because he's a
That's
receiving
fine.
back.
Okay.
My wide receiver 1, Tyreek Hill. My wide receiver 2, Brandon Marshall. Well, hey, you said it's my rules.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
All-time
play your
fantasy
game.
lineup.
You
That
did
still
good.
isn't
You
like,
did
close
say we
to
did
mine.
say
Still not.
take it as you will.
Yeah,
you know,
play
like,
your
Take
game.
it as you will. Play
Play
the
it.
ball where it lies.
Yep.
Tight end. I mean, the Dolphins have had 0 tight ends. It's going to be Randy McMichael. We're just going to move on. It was going to be Julius Thomas because he had that 1 year in Denver, but Julius Thomas wasn't even as good of a year in Denver as if when you look at comparisons.
Randy McMichael.
Anthony Fasano can be there, but
Oh,
no.
I remember Fasano. He was pretty
Fasano was
good.
good. It was good, but I need a guy who could actually.
Was there a
who's
guy
little
like
bit-
for some reason I feel like I do like I don't know. There had to been
Gesicki?
some
Randy
guy like
McMichael was
Vernon
sick.
Davis
No,
was he
Mike,
there for a
Mike
year.
Gesicki's terrible. Let's move on.
He's not.
He's terrible.
he's
And
bad.
at my flex is Chad Ochocinco.
Oh,
His team is so bad.
look at his face though. He thinks he did something.
Even if he's taking like prime, these guys at their prime, it still doesn't compete with
These
yours.
guys at my
Or
prime are
probably-
better than his fucking team, in my opinion.
Not better
Chad
than mine,
Ochocinco, Brandon Marshall, Tyreek Hill, Ricky Williams, Reggie Bush, and Dan Marino. Are you
All right,
out
and
of your
prime.
mind?
Who's the
Good.
tight end?
Randy McMichael. Prime Miami Dolphins. I don't care if you had to
The
stop.
prime
is
Brandon
there.
McMichael, whatever his fucking name
Randy,
is.
Randy,
so
Randy,
good.
Randall, no, I didn't. He's not.
It doesn't even hold a candle to mine.
No, it doesn't. But the Niners are the Niners.
Yeah.
It's like if we had a Steelers fan here too.
But
then it
here's
would be
my
like-
competition right here. This
Alright,
is
so let's
the one team that could maybe compete with me.
The one team you don't want to meet in the playoffs.
That's
No,
true.
you don't.
When you're talking about all
absolutely-
time,
well,
it's
if
really
you
tough.
you do want to,
What's your Dallas? What's your Dallas Cowboys
all-time?
all-time fantasy line?
So Dallas Cowboys all-time fantasy lineup. This is hard. Quarterbacks is hard because we've had quite a few
Well,
amazing ones, especially Tony Romo.
We can't phrase it as fantasies. This isn't based off of fantasy production.
All-time lineup.
Yeah.
Cowboys all-time
Yeah,
The
lineup.
Dallas
Dolphins
Cow-
had some honorable mentions that I left out. The Jarvis Landrys of the world.
Yeah. Ryan
Mark
Tannehill.
Duper, Mark Clayton.
Ryan Tannehill.
Or Mark
So
Duper.
the Dallas Cowboys all-time lineup would go. I would put Troy Aikman at quarterback.
Yeah, it's,
I'm surprised you didn't go Romo.
that's
I think you're a big
We gotta go
Romo
more.
head.
Well, 3 Super Bowls, you can't compete.
Yeah.
First running back, obviously Emmitt Smith, the greatest running back to ever
Yep.
play.
Oh my God.
Second running back, this was tough because you have Tony Dorsett, but I'm going Ezekiel Elliott because of the receiving aspect that he could bring.
I like it.
And today's when you're talking about 2016 Zeke, 2017 Zeke, insane.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Wide receiver 1, Michael Irvin.
Yep.
3 Super
fuck
Bowls,
you.
the greatest connection, one of the greatest connections ever with him and Aikman. Wide receiver 2, Terrell Owens,
Oh my.
for sure.
Oh, he's going to be playing both sides when we compete.
That's true.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, they're athletes.
Like a
He's
little
an
Madden.
athlete.
So Irvin and Owens, I would still say Rice and Owens is better, but Irvin and Owens is
not by a ton.
insanely far behind. Tight end, Jason Witten. Absolutely. The greatest tight end. One of the greatest tight ends in
Giant
history, top
killer.
5 ever. And then at flex, I have Dez Bryant. So I was between Dez and T.O. for the wide receiver 2 because Dez did more for the Cowboys over a longer span.
T.O.
But
just-
T.O.'s peak was he's the top 3 receiver ever. So that team is ridiculous. It goes down to the wire. I'm curious to hear what the fans think, what people listening think.
Who won between us?
Who do you think had the best all-time team? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord.